We are gonna have a lot of fun tonight making our dinner. I'm so looking forward to this. It is so cold outside right now. Yesterday, man, yesterday was so cold. Let me make sure it's all working and then we'll get started. All right, awesome. Hello, hello. It is very cold outside today. Yesterday here in Ohio, it was like 60 something degrees, and now it is in the 40s. Super cold day. So I figured it was really good soup weather. So I've got some broccoli cheese soup that I'm cooking for you tonight. All I have in here right now, what I did first was put a little bit of olive oil in the pot, and I cooked up some carrots a little bit, and now I have some broth and water that's about to come to a boil, and now I'm going to add all of the vegetables. So, there are so many vegetables in this. I've got broccoli, obviously. I also have cauliflower, and cauliflower seems like I don't know if it's a strange addition, but I'm adding cauliflower just to make it a little extra creamy because I am using my immersion blender to kind of blend it up a little bit. So what I'm doing, I'm not even like chopping them into pretty little pieces. I'm just cutting them into chunks because, like I said, I'm using the immersion blender, so I don't need to make it all pretty. Let's say hi to everybody. We've got lots of friends. I see Carla and Jennifer and Melissa. Hey. And I see Shar. Make sure I don't cut myself here and not burn myself. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, funny story. Right before I went live, I looked over at the TV and Allison had my live video up. She was waiting for me to go live so she could watch me from the other room. I don't know. Anyway, this soup is super easy to make. You take all the cauliflower and the broccoli, you let it simmer for a little bit, take the immersion blender and blend it up all nice. Then you add the cheese and it is good to go. I may need to add more water. I don't know. I think we'll be okay. Let's see. Maggie is here. Hey. I see a brown-eyed girl. Yay. Okay. Awesome, awesome. So these I might break up just a tiny bit. Not very pretty or anything. Whose favorite soup is broccoli cheese soup? I used to eat that so much when I was a kid because, like, my grandma used to make me broccoli cheese soup all the time. So I grew to love it. That and cauliflower cheese soup. It was so, so good. So I try to make this on a semi-regular basis. I don't know if I need to add more liquid. I think I'm adding like way too many veggies, if that's even a thing. I think I'm going, I had another whole thing of broccoli like right here, but I think I'm going to leave it because I've got enough stuff in here. And I think we've got enough liquid. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then I need to add some seasonings. So I've got some onion powder, garlic powder. I would have added an actual onion, but I don't have any onions. And I would have added some garlic, but I'm out of garlic. And tomorrow is my grocery shopping day. So today is kind of the day where you kind of use what you have and just kind of make do. So there's that. So onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Hey, Shatika and Roberta. So this is only gonna simmer for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, probably 15. It's just enough to get the vegetables like really, really soft. Enough for me to use the immersion blender on it. So we've got all of that. We're just gonna let it sit for a little while. All right. The recipe should be in the description. Let me double check and make sure I put it in there. Yes. If you scroll down a little bit in the description and even afterward, after the video is over, you can click on that recipe down there and make it for yourself. Let's see. Broccoli cheese soup, I love it. One of my favorites. So let me get that. Let me wash this off real quick. I'm going to be shredding some cheese for this. Alright, perfect. Oh man, so I was inspired to make this today because we went to Panera last week, and well, I didn't get their broccoli cheese soup, but I saw it on their menu and it looked really good. Panera's broccoli cheese soup is one of the best, by the way, and I don't know if you've ever had their broccoli mac and cheese, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure they take their broccoli cheese soup, at least some of it, and mix it in with the mac and cheese. Like, it tastes just like the broccoli cheese soup. It is so good. So if you've never had Panera Bread broccoli cheese soup or their broccoli mac and cheese, I highly recommend it. It is so good. All right, making potato pancakes tonight. That sounds amazing. All right, so what is your favorite thing to get from Panera too? It's really expensive, so I don't go there very often, but when I do, I usually, at least recently, have been getting like the same thing. So I've been getting the Fuji apple chicken salad and their autumn squash soup. That soup is amazing. It's like butternut squash and I don't know, a couple other things. I think there's some maple syrup in it to make it a little sweeter. So good. That's basically what I've been getting every time I go, which is not very often actually. And this recipe, I'm using like maybe a little over a cup of cheese. My hope is that it'll serve 4, so I'll have plenty of leftovers for the next day. And I could use pre-shredded cheese, and some of you might agree with me that shredding your cheese yourself with a block, it actually melts a whole lot better. All right, I think that's good. I'm gonna stick the rest of the block in here. I don't know if I'll shred the rest of it later, but Allison likes to eat like cubed up cheese. So I will save that for later. Let's give that a stir. All right, that should be good. It'll take another 5-10 minutes for it to get really, really soft. All right, tortellini soup, putting Parmesan in the broth. That sounds really, really good. Don't have Panera in Canada. That is very unfortunate. All right, so I've got that. To go with it, I bought these rolls at Meijer a couple weeks ago, and I stuck them in the freezer because I bought 2 bags, but I only used 1. So I pulled these out of the freezer this morning. These are just like standard dinner rolls, I guess. We'll have that with it, and that's basically it. There's lots of protein in the soup due to the cheese. Broccoli is a pretty good source of vegetarian protein. Full of vegetables. Man. Alright, so I have been getting a ton of presents in the mail the past couple days because I've been doing my Christmas shopping. How many of you have started your Christmas shopping, and how many of you are actually finished? Now, I think I just set a record for myself. What is today? Today is November 18th, and I can officially say that I have finished all of my Christmas, okay, no, I haven't officially finished. I take that back. There's like maybe one thing I'm going to get from Meijer on Black Friday, and it's really nothing huge. But besides that, I have everything ordered for everybody else. And I'm not usually this efficient, but I keep hearing that there might be supply issues. And I also just recently have been buying from small businesses. So things from Etsy. I like handmade stuff. We also went to a craft show on Saturday, bought a bunch of stuff for family. So I like seeing the handmade gifts, buying from local and small businesses. So lots of Etsy. So that's also part of why I started shopping early, was because if I'm making a custom order, then it's going to take the person a little bit longer to make the order and then ship it. So I wanted to make sure that it gets here before Christmas. So I'm pretty proud of myself. December is going to get really, really busy. So the more that I have done, the better. Alright, that's still got a little ways to go. Alright, some of you have started, some have not started yet. That is okay. A few years ago, back in the day too, I used to be a huge procrastinator, and I still am. So I don't know what got into me recently, but at least the hard part is over. And I plan to go to Hobby Lobby probably next week. I want to try to wrap my presents in kind of a more uniform way. A couple years ago, I bought some craft paper, craft with a K. It's like brown thicker paper. And I bought some Christmas washi tape and Christmas stickers, and we wrapped everything in that paper. And we decorated that paper with the washi tapes. I made a Christmas tree out of the tape. We made other things out of it too. So it was just really fun to decorate it and to see like all these nice, pretty brown packages under the tree. So we're going to do that again this year. I will see if I can highlight that in a video starting next month. I'm doing a Vlogmas series, which is part of why I'm going to be so busy next month with all those videos and stuff. Oh, Maggie, thank you. I will get with you sometime later. Angela, it is nice to see you. So Christmas shopping, yeah, most of that is already done. Thank goodness. Thanksgiving is next week. Holy cow. 1 week from today. What are your plans? Do you have any plans? I'm going to 2 family Christmases. One on Thanksgiving, not Christmas yet. We're doing one on Thursday and one on Friday. So we're going to have tons of food and maybe lots of leftovers, so I don't have to cook for the entire weekend, which would be very, very nice. I think we still have a little bit. Let me go grab a fork, actually, to see if that's ready. All right. Let's see. It's getting there. It's very, very close. I'd say give it another minute or so. And then I will be making lots of noise with the immersion blender. All right. I am all good on the ingredients. It's just whenever I finish and blend it all, and then I'll add the cheese. Okay. No, I cannot believe this year is almost over. Seriously, I say this every year, but once October hits and once Allison's birthday comes, which is the end of October, the rest of the year just flies by and you blink and it's totally over. And before I know it, I'm like thinking of my goals for the next year and like, man, January already. And then the whole cycle starts over again. That's right. Canada's Thanksgiving is back in October. I forgot about that. All right. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it is all done. All right, so I am super excited because this weekend we are taking a trip down to Jungle Jim's. And Jungle Jim's is an international grocery store. It has everything. They have a huge hot sauce section, huge bakery. They have like everything. So I'm looking forward to going and trying some new things, new hot sauces, and hopefully some other stuff. All right, now we're gonna make a lot of noise. Hopefully this won't take too long. So you can do this in a couple of ways. If you have an immersion blender, you can use it. This is the one that I have. It's the Oster brand, and it works really well. Don't get stuck on me. All right, you can also use a regular blender too. Obviously, be careful when you use hot stuff in a regular blender. Make sure the lid's on and all that good stuff. But the immersion blender here works just as well. So let's see if I can make it somewhat liquidous and chunky without making a huge mess. All right, let's see. Maybe. Okay. All right, that's good. I don't need it to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfectly all mixed together. As long as I get most of the bigger chunks, then I'm good. All right, how many of you have an immersion blender, and do you use it very often? I don't typically use mine all that often because I don't make stuff like this too often. But when I do, like, this thing is super handy. Trying not to make a bunch of noise here. Alright, it's almost there. Alright, I see one more big chunk, I think. Alright, let's check it out. I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. Okay, I think this is good. We'll unplug that, set that over here. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. It's still very, very green because I haven't put the cheese in it yet. But yes, there's that. And then I'm going to add the entire thing of cheese. Stacy is here. Hey! All right. Oh, the Vitamix of immersion blenders. That sounds pretty awesome. All right, let me get all this out of here. Awesome. Let me move this out of the way. So that was super easy. And if you go to that recipe, it actually has instructions for the Instant Pot. I don't think I've made it in my Instant Pot. I think it's easier for me to do it this way. But the Instant Pot version is there if you want it. It's still really easy. You just put it all in, and the broccoli, cauliflower, the broth, and then you set it for like 5 or 10 minutes or something. No, it's 2 minutes. You cook it for 2 minutes and then do a quick release, and then it is done. Let me grab some of my rolls here. All right, so some of you I saw are not very fond of broccoli cheese soup. What is your favorite soup? I love the standard broccoli cheese. The autumn squash soup at Panera is one of my favorites. I'm a fan of chili. Some people don't consider chili to be soup, so I don't know. Let's grab. I can smell the cheese already. All right, awesome. So I had a spoon. Where did I put the spoon? Oh gosh. I could have sworn I grabbed a spoon. Oh, I did. As soon as I walked back, I found it. Yeah, it was just hiding. Chicken and gnocchi. That sounds pretty good. All right. Broccoli cheese soup. I may need to add some extra salt and pepper. I didn't add a whole lot to it. Yeah, I'll probably need to add some more into it here. But this is what it looks like. As you can see, there's still kind of some chunks in it. That's totally fine with me. But if you like yours to be less chunky, obviously blend it for longer. Or if you don't like it blended, just chop everything up very, very small and cook it like that. And that way you could just have it just like that. But there's my soup. There are my rolls. I'm going to plate up the rest of this for the family and get to eating. So next week is Thanksgiving. I will not be going live for it, but I will be back the week after. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. I love you all, and I will see you later.